Actually, I gotta wipe that off. So I'm gonna set this down real quick. Let me write this off and maybe chat-a-lacking. It actually worked okay. But it's kind of, I don't know, not exactly what I'm after. Believe it or not, this oil-based stain kind of reminds me of like kerosene. Or lantern fuel. But anyway, hang on. Let me bring it up real quick. Oh, there goes my little snap cap. I don't know about you, but man, I love these little red snap caps with the little like silicone end or whatever it is. I love these, the red ones. But anyway, let's see. Oh yeah, they shut me down for smoking cigars all the time. Or not shut me down, but they tell me I'm a bad person and I'm poisoning the earth, basically. But anyway, so this one. What I love about it so much is it's so crisp and clean. But that's actually part of the problem. The bummer about it is it's so crisp and clean that it you know, it's fiddly, like in my hand, I guess you could say. And to me, that's like that sound. But no, I actually want to get some type of like knurling or engraving or something done on this because I like it so much. I would love to carry this as my everyday carry, to be completely honest. I like it that much. This is the nicest firing 9mm I've ever fired. I could only imagine what the full size would be, to be honest. That would probably be an absolute dream. But yeah, this is one I do definitely want to get someday machined here and there, like probably on top of the slide as well, so it's like, you know, better grip and stuff like that. Because like they have the grips back here, but it's, I don't know. That's basically it. I'm not that brave. You know, like if I'm someone that's like one of those like really fine knife makers, I'd be more jazzed about it. But oh god, they're very fine craftsmen. I'm just not there yet. And if I was like Delana or something, I'd be that girl can. She's a dream. But yeah, God bless that person. That is a brave soul. I'm actually pulling up my tripod to put in a different location because the lighting is terrible. But yeah, I'm still to this day. I still love that thing. I'm still happy I have it. Thoroughly happy. And then to find out, you know, one of my homies has one. That was even cooler. And yeah, I can still say to this day, it is the nicest firing 9 I've ever fired. Ever. I mean, nothing's come close. No Glock, no nothing. Actually, Glocks don't even come even remotely close, in my opinion. They're just too light. But to have a solid steel frame, that's sick. And it was, you know, affordable for what it was, you know, and yeah, basically, yeah, exactly. Best 200 you ever spent? Yeah, I spent a little bit more because I got mine a little bit after you. But yeah, Alana Happy, hi everyone. I'm here about selling my contact. You can text me. Nah, I don't do that. I don't even do Telegram. Telegram, if you don't pay the like monthly fee or whatever it is, they can like everybody in the world can read your messages. I learned that. That was pretty wild to learn. I don't really like that color. It's kind of ugly. I don't know. I kind of like the color on that. I don't know. I think I need a darker stain. This is wild. How dark this stain needs to get. But yeah. I need a little bit of persuasion. I don't have a persuader up here. I used to have a little wooden mallet. I ain't got one no more. I'll just use my wire brush. Why not? Okay. Yeah, it's kind of wild when you get like into trying a wood and or a stain. And the thing about stain that I've learned, whatever color you think it's going to be, like make it like 5 shades lighter. Like this was a spike hawk I made out of ball peen, but like the stain was like blood red. But it's kind of like pinkish, kind of salmony, coral, if you will. I don't know. I might actually I might even go over it right. Yeah, actually I'm gonna stain that right now. with the potato stain. I mean, I've got honestly nothing to lose with this thing. Where's my potato stain? There it is. And actually, I want to actually wipe this on. Yeah, like I said, like it's on the can. It's like, dude, that would be like one sick blood red. No, it's not in real life. And you saying coral was all I needed to hear because that was the word I couldn't get my mind around. Like, what color is it? It's not quite pink, not quite red. It's coral. 'Twas in a quarrel. It was a lover's quarrel. I had a friend from Russia, and I always got a kick out of people that don't speak English natively, and how sometimes they will choose a much harder word or much more rare word. And his was if like when my little sister and her friends were like in like drama, and he used to get a kick out of them because she's like 11 years younger than us, and when she was in elementary school, and instead of like they're like having a fight, he'd be like, but they were in like a quarrel of sorts. I used to love hearing him say that. I found out by mistake. If you want some wild colors, stamp ink. Like stamp ink. Huh. I've actually used leather dye. Leather dye can really come in. That's a vicious coloring system. And it's for the really deep, rich colors that seems like stain just can't do. It actually seems like the leather dye can. And I might have to hit that spoon with some leather dye. I have to go to my local Tandy, which is actually nowhere near me. It's almost an hour away. But I guess it is what it is. I don't know. We'll see. The amount of stuff I learned on this build is more than I ever anticipated, to be completely honest. Amazing what you can learn on things with just a little bit of hands-on. Oh gosh, now that I'm dyeing it brown, this is going to be a good time. It's looking... I don't know, we'll see what happens. I mean, if it gets bad enough, I'll just sand it all out, I guess. Alright, come on. Alright. You know, I haven't checked the group lately. I don't want to say the name, you know, but I haven't seen what's going on there. How's that world going? The black was a very dark blue-gray when it got it on ashy Somali. That's really interesting. I never thought to do that. But, you know, color is color at the end of the day, and it doesn't have to be like wood stain, you know? And that's something I have a lot of fun with, is using unorthodox things. And actually, like I said, wood dye or leather dye, that is a really nice way to get some very, very deep, rich colors. Okay, let's see. Throw the cap on so I don't knock it over. I'm always afraid I'm gonna like knock the stain over. I've done that in my younger years. Before I understood there was something called grace. All right. I'll get this a little bit longer, I guess. Actually, I might have to get some leather dye. There was a time where I actually like told myself I will only use like leather dye for wood because it is that rich of a color, and stain, because the stains I get are always like semi-transparent, and like I always wonder now, like if I didn't get semi-transparent, like how rich and deep would that color be? And that's kind of where I'm at. Okay, now I'm just on a waiting game. Like I want to wipe it off, but I gotta give it a little bit more time. Yeah, I know, right? What a nerd. Come on. Have you been to Blade Show, by the way, in the past few years? I've only been the one time. That's the only time I've ever gone. When we got a chance to hang out. I know I'm asking like a lot of questions. I'm trying to like make time progress. And that's where we're at. It's actually not awful. It's kind of a muddy color, but I actually don't hate it. Wild. Interesting. Huh. I might actually roll with it. This is getting more towards what I was after, actually, oddly enough. Far out. Huh. It's certainly, at least to me, I like it. You did okay, so you've been a few more times. That's cool, man. That was honestly one of, in my life, one of the most fun things I have just truly ever done. Like getting to meet all you guys like IRL. It was cool. Like I only got to meet Michael Sargent for like like a few seconds, but that was one of the guys I was really looking forward to meeting. So it was like really exciting to meet him, and then see your little copper tone. I love that little cutie. And yeah, I look forward to going back. I've thought about like Blade Show South and West. I'm hoping they'll get like a Blade Show North, and I'd like it to be in Detroit personally. We shall see. There's a lot of cities in the north, because I think Blade Show West was originally Portland, Oregon, and then they moved it to like Salt Lake City or something like that. That's too cool, dude. That's really rad that your kids got into it and they brought stuff. Yeah, the way you and Michael talked made it seem like you guys were like personally acquainted. That's really cool. He just seems like just a good dude. That's cool, man. I don't think I live by any knife makers. There used to be one in my city. He used to rent a space and he made folding knives. Nobody seems to know who he is in the knife world, but he was known in the area. That's all I know at this time. But they said he was in like that $400 to $600 range is what it seemed like, and this was 8 years ago. So his knives are probably closer. I don't know, maybe close to 1,000. But I wish I could figure out who he is. But oh no, there is a knife maker in my town. Real shy guy. I actually met him at the grocery store. He had his hoodie on. That was his knife company. It's Runt Knives, like the candy, the Runts. And yeah, so I gotta hit him up in the near future. He was a little bit bashful, and I'm kind of bombastic. He was just kind of like excited for the fact that he met a knife maker that is not just like a knife maker, but I forge like him. And he just was really enamored. And but I mean, we're in line at the grocery store. We only had so much time. You know what I mean? That's cool that you guys met that way. I was curious how you guys actually did meet. I've never met Mike over in McInnes, in West Michigan. Oh, funny and insightful. You're starting to hold me to things. Well, no, I didn't go back to my shed. I'm in my basement still. But yeah, anyway, though, is that group still like rocking in the free world? I actually started making a Halligan, which, as we know, Britt, he's the man with the plan on those. And that was actually about when I stopped making, was when I was making that. I want to make it for my father-in-law. And yeah, I ended up not finishing it. It's actually still sitting out there right now. I'd like to make it for him like by his birthday. So on YouTube, I don't even know what that word is. And Lay Then Heisland, do you have a gun? I'm an American. It's just what we do. Actually, next time I go down there for the big one, I would like to go to actually catch a Braves game. And I mean, this would be difficult. I should look it up because they probably don't have the schedule yet. But to see like when the Tigers will be playing, and if the Tigers were playing at that time, that'd be really exciting. That'd be like the coolest thing. I would love to see them down there. That Bravestown is like if you didn't get a chance, I don't know if you have because you've been there more than me, but I got a chance to do Bravestown. That was so fun. Like, I've been to like a lot of major cities. I've never seen another team have what the Braves have. Like, it was so cool. And then on top of it was Hennepin Brewery, which up here is the competition to I can't remember the Hop Slam. It's a beer, and Hennepin has Hopsecutioner, and they were like neck and neck kind of thing. But no, it was super cool, and Hennepin had good food too. What kind of guns? You got a 1911 and a ZZ. What is a ZZ? I do not have a 1911, but I do have a 1911 hybrid high power. It's called the Spanish Star BM. And I do have this. It's a great firearm. It's 7+1, 8+1, something like that. I can't remember. But one of my good buddies has one, and it's super cool. We get to talk about it together, so that's super exciting. But no, I am a big fan of it. But what is this easy? I've never heard of that before. Or maybe I have, and I know it has a different name. But yeah, man, I love that. Spanish engineering, man. They knew what was up on this. That's to say the least. I actually need to get some machining done on it, like on the back side and the front side, so I can have it like more grippy. And then like on the slide, definitely on the slide. Actually, Cody, I'll be right back. So I will be back. Don't leave. I'm having way too much fun talking to you, man. I miss you. Okay, Cody, if you're still there, brother, let's see what you uncovered. Okay. CZ. Okay, CZs are nice, man. I'd love to own a CZ someday. And CZ shotguns, especially, are very nice. And am I for the NRA? I am for the GOA. No compromise. All right, Cody says, the attackers come down there. Okay. I actually got scolded recently by my pharmacist for uh, being pro Tigers, even though they were knocked out of the World Series. Because according to her, I should always say the Toronto Blue Jays. I live in Detroit. She wanted me to say the Toronto Blue Jays. I don't know. It was a very weird conversation to be had. But thanks for looking that up, man. I mean, a game is a game at the end of the day. Like, I'll have to look that up. I didn't even know they had the 2026 schedule out yet, because I don't even think they started spring training. That's far out, man. No, I don't have any stickers, but no, I'm a card-carrying member of the Gun Owners of America. That is my preferred gun ordinance, I guess you could say, rights group, whatever you want to call it. But nope, that is my that's my thing, my thing. They actually have a good event every year. Or is it Knoxville? Yeah, Knoxville, Tennessee. Every year, Gun Owners of America has goals, and this will be, I think this will be year 2 for goals. And I think I'm going to try and go this year. I tried going a few other years ago, but yep, Gun Owners of America. All right, and my brother-in-law does plumbing on a bunch of the players' houses. So I just text. That's funny, dude. Like, that's one of the cooler things. Okay. I used to work at a place where we did lighting, I guess, for lack of a better way to put it. All we did was light bulbs and lighting, and like changing them out in like grocery stores and stuff where you gotta like get on scaffolding and whatnot, or like baseball fields. And I never got to, because I wasn't with them long enough. But they actually were the guys who did do the light bulbs and stuff for the players, the big players that had like the real big mansions. So over here on YouTube, you never heard of them? Gun Owners of America. Yeah, they're really a great thing. They're really also into like single moms, single women. They're huge into having groups to teach them how to handle firearms, how to choose them, firearm safety, and then to get themselves to have concealed pistol licenses if you have to have them, or if you're from a state that does, which Michigan requires it. I do have one. But yeah, Gun Owners of America, or GOA. And my buddy just said GOA is better than NRA. Say it louder for the people in the back. That's my boy, Cody. And he also has like really good taste. Yeah, no compromise since like 1975 or something like that, 1973. Actually, my girlfriend and I have been thinking about getting our lifetime memberships with them. We're not sure, but we've been rolling it around. They've been doing some fantastic things for us, to say the very least. GOA is so over on YouTube. It says I might have to check them out. It's honestly, it's worth it. It's no strings attached. They've never sold us out, unlike the NRA, which has. Like I said, and they're all about having people do things that are great. Oak Ridge Taxidermist. Man, I was just talking about Tennessee a second ago. Knoxville, but Tennessee nonetheless. Taxidermy is such a cool trade. It's a wild one, but it's cool. I gotta go check on my dog. I let her out. She said she had to go out, so let's see. I gotta call her back in. it's actually. They are, the GOA is what the NRA was advertised they originally promised. Exactly, Cody. Exactly. No, I'm with you. For sure. Actually, I'm really into this, like, muddy, ugly color now. I might have to, like, let this dry overnight and then probably hit it with some lacquer or something. That might be it. I don't know. This is kind of a fun build, to be completely honest. I don't know if you saw, but my dog just ran in front of the camera. She always shows her butt. A little blonde thing right there. She looks like a loaf of bread when she lays down. It's so funny. Mochi. Hey, puppy. Come here. Sit. Down. Spin. No. Sit. Eyes. She can't catch that good, though. Her eyes are, I don't know. Like, I actually wonder if she's got, like, vision problems or not. I don't know. All right, let's see if you can do this one. Eyes. Walk. Come on, walk. Walk. Good girl. She's a Shiba Inu from Japan. Give me a paw. Paw. Good girl. I can handle that. That works. Aw. All right, Mochi. Lay down. Nope. Get back. Lay down. All the way. Nope. All the way down. Bang. Nope. Bang. No, she has a hard time with this one. Bang. Aw, man. Sometimes she'll get like really dramatic and like like roll over like really dramatic. It's really funny. Lay down. All the way. Bang. Not quite. You gotta do the right trick. Spin. Lay down. All the way. All the way. There you go. Can she make it do? I've been wondering that my whole time, but it's just sitting at 14 cents. So I don't know. What do you think, Mulch? Can you do it? You up for it? She's just like, homie, give me the cheese. It's all I want. Pay the cheese tax. Come here, girl. They are the most food-driven dog I've ever met in my entire life. So, like, when I give her snacks, like, I can't give her, like, a whole, like, even, like, the little biscuits, like, this big, dude. Like, what is it? Like, okay, like, 1.5 inches long. I still have to break it down into, like, pieces. Because if I don't, that dog will, she will go and, like, extort the president to get dog treats. Like, and they're really smart. That's the most impressive thing. Like, I had a border collie, and that was a very smart dog, don't get me wrong. But the Shiba Inu, dude, they like blew them right out of the water. And the humor between the Shiba Inu and like the border collies are like, they're stubborn. The Shiba Inus are downright defiant. Like, they know they're defying you, and they're cool with it. And like, they'll never view you as like their master. At best, you'll get like fist bump worthy level respect. That's about it. And as long as you're cool with it, you guys will have a good relationship. That's just the way it's gonna roll. Ain't that right, Mochito? Donut. Go, donut. You know what that is, donut? No, donut. Hey, donut. Here. Donut. Lay down. Down. Lay down. All the way. Good girl. You just hang out there. Let's see how long she stays. Actually, I'm gonna hang on a second. Good girl, you just stay there and hang out. Let's see how long you hang out for. Can't you make my Twitch go up in price? Oh, here's like, yeah, that's actually a. So that's one of the dogs that. So, like I said, border collies are like stubborn. Blue healers, they're like that other side. They're like, no, I'm just not doing it. And like the border collier's like, I don't really want to, but I guess you can like nudge me. Blue healer's like, you know, obviously you know, um, you have one. That is one of those dogs I do want to get someday. Um, if I ever move back to the country and become like a, my girlfriend wants to become a goat farmer really bad, and we are still thinking about that as a possibility. But oh my god, a blue healer with the goats, that'd be great. But the defiance in them is just, it's so strong in them. Welcome to my house, by the way, Cody. I didn't realize you could, see a lot of my basement. And actually, since we're here, wait, oh, my phone's not charged very much. It doesn't matter. I could take you a little ways. Okay. Let's move this. I've got a few feet, not a lot, but I got a few. Okay. I don't know how well you can see, but that's all, like right there. All of that. And most of that, those are almost all exotic woods that I have. And just showing you some fun stuff. Actually, there's a place by me that, like I said, I don't know if the guy is like a wholesaler or what his deal is, but he gets all of these exotic woods, and he'll have like bags of them for $10 a piece. So like if you want like wild stuff, let me know. You can never tell what's gonna be in a pack. But here's one of the weird ones I got. This, there we go. There's a better look. With the help of Mr. Katz, he actually thinks this is leadwood, which I never heard of actually till Steve was talking about it, and I looked it up, and I think it actually is. But that was one of the more fun ones to come across. And I don't really have anything too cool. Like, well, I mean, like, ye old Purple Heart, and it's hard to get it in pieces this thick sometimes. But yeah, he just will have bags full of this stuff, all different colors and whatnot, like red heart, yellow heart, leadwood, whatever. And other fun stuff. This is one of the cooler woods I've ever actually seen in person, at least for me. This is actually zebra. I don't know if you've ever seen zebra before, but this, I look forward to using this someday. It's why I've not used it, because to me it is just like such a beautiful wood. And I'd love to see this go into like, I don't know, like a folding knife, like scales or something. That's kind of where I'm at on this. And so zebra, that's cool. I don't know much about it. I love it. To me, it's such a beautiful wood. It's one we don't see very often. Not at least in my neck of the woods. What else is this? Oh, this is a mystery wood. This is a mystery wood, but it's actually really freaking heavy, but I have no idea what it is. It's not really heavy. I should not exaggerate, but it's fairly heavy. And yeah, what is this one right here? This is, I can't remember this wood. It's African. It's really hard to come by though. I know that, but I can only get scraps and sizes like, that kind of thing. I'm actually just having some fun doing show and tell since you're on the line right now. And yeah, that's another mystery wood. I want to say it was like coral wood, but I don't know if that was correct. And big old honking block of Osage. Right here. I may have gotten some that was on the greener side. I shrunk that one on the knife. No kidding, dude. That's I've never encountered that, thank God. But that's a realistic problem to encounter. That's unfortunate. So this wood right here, I don't know what it is. I think it's bubinga. I don't know if you ever work with bubinga. But when you sand it, and I'm not exaggerating, it smells like a really nice bourbon. Like a really very nice bourbon. Oh yeah, I like bow coat. Actually, I have some somewhere. I don't think that's bow coat, is it? No, I don't think that's bow coat. Actually, I think that's walnut. All right, you're playing possum. You up there. What are you? This is another mystery wood, but it was like a fun one. I think it's actually monkey pod is actually what I think this is. I could be wrong. Dill pickle smell. Okay, so you know what? Did I encounter that? That sounds really familiar, actually, now that you mentioned that. That's a walnut. And this... What are you? I think that's actually... Is that bog? Nope, that's just a really, really dark walnut. Holy cow. Yeah, I got walnut for days, apparently, and Purple Heart. The two woods I guess you need to have on hand according to my ethos. What the hell? And this one... Oh, this is actually a Bolivian rosewood. I don't know if you ever used it before. I have a fair amount of it. It's a really fun wood. It's a really cool one. Actually, let's see how far I can get this way. Oh, there's my limit. Let's see what I can do. Go away. There it is. Ugh. So this... Oh, there we go. Hold you backwards. I'm sorry about that. So I've never actually used ironwood yet. But this is a Bolivian rosewood. It's you know, like killer knives. I should probably start cutting this up and scrapping it out to y'all makers. You just always send me your address, by the way. Oh no, Cody, I dropped you. Let me bring this over here real quick before I pick you back up. Because this is a piece of wood that's really particularly interesting. And then I got another piece of wood. Hold on. Okay. All right, I'm almost there. I haven't lost you yet. At least I hope not. If I did, I apologize. I'm working on, you know, half a deck. Okay. Yeah, roller coaster, right? Sorry about that, Code. All right, hang on one second. Let me get you back up in here. All right. My goodness, my Guinness. I went hog wild over here, man. All right, let me move some stuff. Hang on. Okay, all right. So, let's see. Noah Thompson. I have two dogs, actually. But yeah, that is a dog I have. She's a Shiba Inu from Japan. Okay, what was I talking? Oh, so a wood I came across at that place I was telling you about. There's a wood called Liptus, and it's super freaking nice. Like, look at those grains, dude. And it's if I had to put a color on it, it'd be like somewhere between like Brazilian cherry and like mahogany, I guess you could say. It's a really nice wood, though. That's all I can say. But it's really heavy, and the way they propagate Liptus is I believe it's like grafted on like a eucalyptus tree or something. Anyway, if you want some, let me know. I'll send you some. I'd actually be curious to what you have to say about this wood, because it's honestly, like, it's seriously some like deep, heavy stuff. And I'd like to see like how it works with you when your finishing skills are good enough for me to test it out. But I also have some mango. I don't know if you ever had any mango. This is actually off a bench I had. I actually tore the bench apart and saved all the pillars and planks, and it was all 100% mango. I'm actually a fan. I think it's a very nice wood. But yeah, you know, if you and the boys want to have some fun with some fun woods, let me know. I'll be shipping it out to you post haste. And I got more wood than I know what to do with. Have you seen crosscut sycamore? I had some in blue that was really pretty. I'm actually not sure, because I think I've seen something called blue ash. I'm not 100% certain. And I almost wonder if it was like a colloquialism that they called it blue ash. I'm gonna have to look that up, because the wood I saw was actually like, it was honestly really cool. So I will say, me personally, I actually do like mango, but I can also say that mango can be like figured like pretty wild. Um, the best wood I've ever worked with from that part of the world, like Indonesia, India, etc., is actually called shisham. And if you can find shisham, dude, that's a very nice, very tough wood. Um, Mr. Adrian Jagmag, if you remember him, he's a big fan of shisham, and he talks about just like that stuff is like tough as nails. That's a hard hitting wood. It really is too. It's very beautiful. Actually, I think I have a couple chunks left. I used to get it off cutting boards at TJ Maxx because it has goldfish sparkles in it. Um, either way, I'd love to see what you guys did someday. Just let me know. Like I said, send me your address, and I'll shoot some out to you guys, and I'll include some fun stuff. Especially since the boys are, getting into that. Man, carry that craft on. I love hearing that. That's very exciting. Like I actually, since I last talked to you, I have a nephew now, and I have a chance for passing this stuff on to my nephew. So I'm excited about that too. All right, one maker told me to always avoid the Hawaiian aisle, seller that sells mango. That's very interesting. I'll keep that in mind. So like I said, the mango I have, okay, even better. That's even better. That's good information. The mango I have was actually furniture. It was like I said, it was a bench, and it was from Indonesia or India. What I can say, we used the bench for like 5 years, so it's very well used wood. Um, I mean, the whole stress fracture thing is there, but at the end of the day, maybe you could even smoke with it for all I know. I actually smoked with it last time I smoked wings, which was last weekend. Or I'm sorry, not even wings. What the hell was it? Kibasa. That's good to know though. That's actually the kind of stuff like I really like to learn. Like that's like the secret handshake. That's the craft right there coming in, saving the day. Actually, for a second, I thought you were about to say there's a certain Hawaiian knife maker you shouldn't buy from, and I'm like, you're not talking about him, are you? That's who I thought it was for a second. I'm just like, damn, there's some hate for him. No, I still like the little Okinawan. He's okay. I definitely won't buy from him. Yeah, what do they call it? Irresponsible farming or whatever it is. Like slash and grab or something. No, no, it's not him. He's going about to say he seems kind of pretty. He can only be above board. That ruined his whole reputation at this point. But no, that's cool. The wee feller's cool. By the way, I'm taller than him. He's got such a big personality though. He's such a little cutie. I actually got to hang out with him the weekend I met you, and I didn't know he would be there, so that was like completely impromptu. But he's such a tiny little cutie. Okay. Right. He actually owns my dream car. I got to see it in person here many years ago. What was it like that? What does he have? What was it, like a '53 Cadillac or something like that? Is that your dream car? Like a '49 Cadillac? Is that the one he has? Actually, measure that real quick while we're sitting here. I've been curious about that for a minute. Let's see. Damn, right on the button. All right. That actually is possible to do what I need to do with it. Okay. So, na zdrowie. What's your dream car? You didn't say. I was like waiting. I'm actually gonna hit this for a third time with a third coat of stain. I'm gonna see if I can get it to do something kind of nasty. Okay. Okay. $1960. I thought it was I ain't seen it in a hot minute, but I thought it was like a 19. I actually thought it was like late 40s, early 50s. I ain't seen it in a hot minute, but yeah, hey man, that little man, he's got good taste, ain't no doubt about it. He took that to SEMA in Nevada with his car club. I actually asked him about that. He said that's the way he rocks. He only does Cadillac. And it was interesting because like a lot of people, like Cadillac is like its own thing for sure. But like when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, I guess Jesse James is like the style I rock with a little bit more than the Wee Man. And I'm gonna keep it that way. I do have a lot of respect for him, and I would never want his name to be tarnished at all, because he was very sweet to me when I met him. And yeah, but no, I when he said Cadillacs, I was like, no kidding. But like Jesse James and his like 49 Ford, that's like, for me, that's like, actually 49 Mercury is probably my dream car, but the 49 Ford is right up there with it. All right, let's put my pups up. Oh yeah, for sure. I was like, oh man, I scared him off. I was about to be like, damn, I angered the Code Man. Did people ever actually call you the Code Man, by the way? I always wonder about people that can have like these like common nicknames, if they're like into it or not. Like my first name, so Code Man's a thing. Okay, all right, fair enough. I don't feel so bad now. But like my first name, well, there are nicknames for it, but I like my middle name. That's what you know me by, Rachel. But Code Man, I'll take it. That's fine by me. I'm actually kind of stoked to see what's going to happen. I just did that. So I actually just put another coat of stain on this, by the way, since you wouldn't put your dogs to bed. Oh, snap! You and I, that's cool. I didn't know that. That's too fun, dude. Yeah, I never knew that. That's funny. Yeah, like my growing up for me, my family on my dad's side, they always call me by my middle name, Rachel. My mom's side always call me by my first name, redacted. I'll tell you, but I won't tell them. But actually, you may or may not know it. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I don't know why he said that. So anyway, it was one of them things where it was like, I got to a certain age and it's like, where do you want to go with this name? Because there is a viability like on both sides of the aisle. And I started going by my middle name because it was actually easier to remember than my first name. For whatever reason, with my first name, dude, it's a 2-syllable name and they can make it a 3-syllable name. I don't get it. So that's part of why I go by my middle name now. God, that didn't even really like do anything. That's just, it's like I'm wiping off stain that didn't do anything for the overall visage. I mean, I guess actually at the point I'm at right now, like with this like handle, it's actually kind of digging it. It's kind of got this like Red Dead Redemption vibe going about it now. And I actually I don't actually mind that. Huh. That's actually pretty wild. Your dream car is that year, by the way, because the only reason I say that is like it's wild for like my experiences. In my lifetime, most people had like these very specific years, and that was a year that was not too often brought up. But when it was always like a very specific car and not like an era. So that's actually pretty rad that you're a part of like that era vibe. My old boss used to call me Chuck, which is a nickname for my first name. Really? That's too funny, dude. The exact one. Check out the back end of it when you get a chance. That's no, I have. I actually he actually the wee man put up uh a reel when they were like a new thing on Instagram one day. And I just remember him going like that booty. And I was like that's when I was like, what am I looking at? Because it did not fit the standard of, you know, Cadillac. And when I saw it, I was like, what is that? So when I met him, I was like, dude, what is that? He goes, it's a Cadillac. And I can't remember what kind, what it was. And I'm like, what year? And he told me, and I'm just like, no kidding, dude. And it was definitely like there's a certain era of hot roddery and charismatery and Rizza, whatever you want to call it these days. And that car is certainly in that era. And the color that he had that in, like I don't know how they do it like in Hawaii. Maybe they have like a really cool style, but what I can say is that thing the color on it is just like a sunset on a beautiful New Mexico night that I've never experienced. The front seats lay down flat to make the whole inside. Of course it would for 1960. Americans, America, fuck yeah, dude, they would do some shit like that. I did not. That's my problem with like favoritism on like certain years. Like I was saying, that is where the era love comes in because like 1960 was like really revolutionary for automation. I'm sorry, not automation. Automotive design. And dude, that's straight up ridiculous, and I love it. Like that's super cool. Like what was it? There was a car that came out in like '68 or something, and it had like a whole like almost like a showroom in the back seat. Like the whole back seat like did like a whole like crescent, and it wasn't that cool though. That's freaking cool. I can see why you're into that, man. That's neat. That's like Grail level stuff. Go Wee Man. I will call that little man Wee Man. He's so small. No, I adore the little guy. I really do. I have so much respect for him. He's done so much for the knife world. By the way, Cody, here we are. 2 codes of staying in from Coral. I've done 2 different shades of brown. How do you like it now? To me, it's getting there. I want it to be a little bit darker. God, I don't even know how to. Actually, I might even leave it. This is like getting to a point of like, I don't know. I gotta do something to it, but yeah, that's where we're at. Those old car seats that turn to step out are sick. What was it? They had another name for it. Nope, they didn't have another name for it. No, it was the Pacer. The Pacer. So the Pacer on the passenger side, the whole idea was it was going to be 4 inches larger in the passenger side entrance. So like grandma, grandpa, baby, and the kids could come in all from the passenger side and load into the back seat and then like into like the front. Because back when we were kids, you know, like people rode like 3 deep in the front. I miss that actually. Like with like the 2 bench seat, like not 2-fold, not bifold, but like you had like the driver's seat and then like it would split and then you had like the passenger seat and it had like 2 seats or like 1.5, whatever it was like one or the other. And yeah, that oh man, what a time to be alive. I'm really happy I got to experience the more I guess in a way some of the more bizarre stuff in automotive history. because they got kind of wild even in our era. To be completely honest, at least that's how I see it. There's actually a married couple in my neighborhood. I shouldn't say my neighborhood, my town. Their summer driver is a I think it's a I think it's a 1967 Cadillac, but it's got the fins, you know what I mean, like the big ones. And when I was a kid, I actually remember those being kind of like hillbilly cars in a way, like they're still kind of rusty and beat up. So to see one come back in like all its class and glory, that's pretty exciting. And they look expensive. They look like they would drive something that nice. So you think 2000 was where it cut off? I remember, what was it? My 97 Ranger had that split seat, and then the like the fold up like center console, and then my yeah, the early 2000s. Yeah, it really was. That was a good time. That was a good time in automotive history. And then I had the 2001 Ranger. It had a 4 liter. Mine did, and I think it had positive traction. I don't know. That thing was like powerful. Now I drive a 2021 Canyon, GMC Canyon AT4, and it's a V6. Actually, I got it because it actually is a V6 and not a turbo 4. Because the year after I got mine, they went all turbo 4, and that kind of made me a sad panda. Colors in general basically dropped off into silver, grays, white, and black. I have a good friend who's like right with you on that, where he he actually has started buying like European and Japanese vehicles like as a smack in the face to America, because they only allow us like 5 colors now. And he's just like, dude, why? Well, tell the story by all means. That's kind of wild, dude. That's really wild. I will say, I do love my truck. I have a lot of confidence in it. Mine is the 4-door style, if that matters to the story. Surprisingly, they take a tree. Damn, dude, that's nasty. Damn. I didn't have that. I got in a really bad car crash when I was 13. We didn't do that. It was pretty bad. We'll just say it was really, really bad. I actually still actually have a awkward structure because of it. But yeah, I woke up in 3 feet of snow. We'll just put it that way. But that's nuts, dude. That's a really high rate of speed, dude. Holy cow! I have had that happen one time in my life, and I was on my 4-wheeler, and I actually hit ice, and that sucked, and there was no stopping. I had a deer jump off a bank right into my wheel well. It basically pulled me off the road right into. So Cody, you realize nobody will believe you being in Georgia. I mean, not being like a jerk, but like this is going back to like a conversation at the very beginning of the night where we talked about like keep your cold up north. Was this down your way when that happened? Or was it like State Patrol cruising right behind me? He opened the door thinking he'd see me. Oh my gosh, dude, that's the crazy shit. Holy cow, dude, are you serious? Like, that's the kind of stories you hear about in Michigan. Not your way, ho. That's what's up, man. That's wild. I don't need to tell you twice. Holy cow, dude. That's that sucks. Oh, don't do that. Yeah, actually, that might be okay. Let's do this. That's nuts. That's not fun. Oh, I got stain all over my hand. But damn, that's that's pretty wild. The kind of weather you guys get these days, to be completely honest. Um, damn, that's That's clinch kind of shit. Big old spider on the wall. When did this happen, by the way? I could stand in the front bumper, dude. That's like when you say stuff like that, that's just like next level psychopathy. That's pretty cool though, dude, to be completely honest. That you're still with us. That's be above ground and breathing over stuff like that. That's the craziest part of life. There we go. And there we go. Okay, so so it was like a 5-banger. That was like the origins. They were origin years. That's a very interesting part of General Motors history. I'm a fan of it, don't get me wrong. But that's pretty legit and wild. And the fact that the cop was right behind you when that happened, dude, that's nasty. That's all I got. Is that actually what got you like to like get into it? Like I always like to know, this is what I want to start doing actually. Start interviewing, my homies that, make stuff. And we all have our own like pathway that led us into bladesmithing. And not even just bladesmith, like sometimes just the stock removal guys. There's some out there that I really have a lot of respect for. And I love hearing all your stories. And would you be interested actually in an interview by chance? It's like, what led you to bladesmithing? And him would get behind each other every day heading into work. Oh, that's wild. So like you guys almost have like an MO, I guess you could say, modus operandi. And by the way, I don't know about you, I actually have Gorilla Wood Glue, and I actually cannot say if it's better than Type Bond 3, but it actually I think was cheaper. Just fun fact of the night. Okay. Now that I got this gun in my hand, I just had a thought. There actually was, at jgsales.com, a solid steel frame that was like 300 or less, I want to say. Keep that in mind. I can't remember exactly. All right, so I'll do one day. Surprisingly, the start was because someone was scamming people by selling. Yeah, okay. Oh, was his name Victor by chance? I've wondered about that guy, to be completely honest. It was a very weird saga to read online. Actually, that was the weirdest saga I've ever read online, was the Victor saga. And the guy says he makes everything. He don't bladesmith nothing, I'll tell you that. He might do stock removal, but it's stock removal, not bladesmithing. I love that sound. I think what I love so much about a gun like actuating is just like literally, like those are really nice tight tolerances. Actually, yeah. So an issue I've been having with this is actually So I got snap caps in here, and when I would do this, like I did like the magazine lock, and when I would actuate it, it would sometimes actually. Yes, I did actually on your Accord, if I recall. Hang on. Okay, that actually loaded. Okay, very cool. Hang on. So, yeah, there we go. But yeah, no, I did on your Accord, and that's actually how I got these handle grips. Is because inside somewhere was that. That's actually an altogether interesting story. I had thought about making like purple heart handles because purple's my favorite color, but I'm still kind of like actually I kind of like these handles. These are made by some kid on eBay, and I actually like them better than the original ones, only because like they're kind of like a dark color. The hell, TikTok! Oi, hello. I just got zuxed on fucking YouTube, or sorry, TikTok. Oh, fuck you. Can't go live until further fucking notice. Ugh, fuck you, social media. God, it's so stupid. Give me dangerous liberty or give me death. And there's some people that are so fucked up in the head, they'll take that the wrong way, but hey, it is what it is. I said what I said. Fuck you, fucking TikTok. Stupid cunts. I have a dog, yes. Is she good? That's subjective. TikTok banned me. Fucking assholes. Let's try it again.